All right, what's going on, y'all? So, some big news. Obviously, it happened yesterday, but the Vols, Tennessee Vols, finally got their schedule yesterday. At first, they released the first game. I think it was at like 2 o'clock yesterday for all SEC teams, and we had at South Carolina. So that was a big game, and it's honestly one of the premier games of Week One because the Week One SEC schedule there wasn't too many big time games, and maybe LSU and Mississippi State. Maybe that'll be a key game to watch, but really any other game, it wasn't that exciting to me. So maybe South Carolina Tennessee could be the marquee, not really the marquee matchup, but I'm a little biased there. But South Carolina could do a little decently if we're going to talk about game one. So I guess I'll just do some quick predictions. This is exciting. Hopefully the season stays put. Hopefully COVID doesn't do anything with it, but this is the official Tennessee football account. So on September 26th, we play at South Carolina. I'm going to try to run through this. I need to research some of my stuff for the other teams. And I'm going to try to be as unbiased as possible. But at South Carolina, first game, home field advantage may not be a thing this year in terms of football and college and NFL. So we beat South Carolina last year. Excuse me. We beat them last year with we had JT Shroud at QB, switching with Jarrett Garantano. This is the game Brian Maurer was out, and so we were a little worried as Vols fans. Um, the only worry I have this year in terms of the Vols, and I can get into this into a season preview or whatever if I want to do that, is the receiving core. We lost Marquez Callaway. We lost Jawan Jennings. Now, this is where Garantano, he needs to step up for the whole season. If he's going to be the starter the whole season, he's going to have to step up and get the ball to our receivers, no matter who it is, whether it's Josh Palmer, um, or even, I can't even remember some of the people's names. Because some of these guys, because it was literally just Josh Palmer and Juwan Jennings and Tyler Bird and Marquez Callaway and Dominic Wood Anderson. That's all it was last year. And you had the few last year who would step up a little bit, but other than that, it really wasn't outside of Juwan and Marquez Callaway. It really wasn't. And so, like I said, I'm gonna have to do some research and look up on my team more because it's really this whole summer's been just like, are we even gonna have a football season? So it's like, I'm not for sure, but I have a feeling we should be able to win this. Honestly, we do got to watch out for Carolina's QB. I remember he was a freshman last year, and he's got a lot of potential. And he made a few key mistakes in that game last year as a true freshman, or else that's how the game got blown wide open. And if you want to take out the botched punt and blah blah blah, that Bituli recovered for a touchdown. But I think we should win this. We should win this game. Start off 1-0. The next week, October 3rd, we go to Missouri. Missouri, I know we barely skidded by last year because they had, I don't know if he's still playing, but they had Kelly Bryant. And I don't think he's playing this year. If he is, then it should be a good game. Now, I don't know the whole ordeal with Missouri. I don't know if they're good. I know they lost their top tackler last year, Kel Garrett. I don't know if he was out for the whole season though. Um, and I don't know if he was out for our game or not, but he was a leader on that team. But I heard the backup for him did pretty good in his absence, and he's going to be one of the top defensive players in the SEC, honestly. But will that be enough to stop, Eric Gray, Ty Chandler? Our O-line is going to be magnificent this year, hopefully, barring injury. Hopefully it don't happen. But I really think we should be able to stop their offense. I don't think Missouri's going to be that good this year, so I think we should start off 2-0. The next week, all right, next week, October 10th, we go at Georgia. At Georgia, they're losing a lot of key players this year. They did get Jamie Newman and from Wake Forest, and they got what's that dude's name from USC? I can't remember the dude's name from USC, but they got him too. So that's going to be a little bit of a QB battle right there. Oh, funny thing, that QB from USC got the transfer just automatically like that, but Cade Mays gets denied yesterday, but that's a different story. That's stupid. Hashtag free Cade Mays, as they're saying on Twitter. That's freaking stupid that what happened there. But that's besides the point. But if I had to go with my guts on this one, Georgia's still loaded. They've had a year or two ahead of us in terms of recruiting, and Kirby Smart's had a year or two to get his players in the position that he wants them in. So I feel like we probably will lose this. And like I said, home field advantage ain't going to be like a big deal this year. But if I had to go right now, just quick prediction, we probably lose at Georgia. Next week we play against Kentucky. Kentucky, their whole offense last year was literally Lynn Bowden, drafted I think in the third round by the Raiders in the draft. He was their only player last year, pretty much, and he kept it close, and they almost beat us. And we luckily got that 4th and goal stop. But Kentucky playing at home, we're the better team. We should win that. Um, then we play at home against Alabama, October 24th. Alabama's probably going to be loaded this year. I forgot their QB's name, but he's probably going to be a monster. And the little game time action he had last year, he's probably going to end up being a monster. And that's just the way Alabama is. We kept it close to Alabama last year at Alabama, and until Garantano, this is before he went and his whole thing on his little run, I guess you could say, and he matured and all that. But he had that little goal line fumble, and that switched the game. And a few bad calls, the roughing the passer. That was kind of dumb. But I don't know. Alabama they're probably going to beat us, but Tennessee this year it could be unpredictable, and I hope we can beat anyone. We really can this year, and I'm not. As a Tennessee fan, you want to keep that in the back of your head because Tennessee could end up losing to freaking Arkansas the next week. So you can't really be overexcited as a Vols fan, but I really think we can win any game this year. It's just battered Tennessee fan syndrome. But I think we lose, so we should be going to 3-2? 3-2 in the season at Arkansas. Arkansas, I'm pretty sure they just hired a new head coach. They're pretty much a dumpster fire right now. Probably one of the worst, if not the worst team in the SEC. We should beat them. Can't overlook them. We should beat them, not handedly, because as a Vols fan, we'll probably keep it close for a little too long. We should win that. Go on to 4-2. Yeah, that's 4-2. Yeah, that's right. Now A&M, Texas A&M, the next week. Oh, we had a bye week actually in between that. Between Alabama and Arkansas. So yeah, we should come off maybe a little rusty against Arkansas. Besides the point, we should win. But the next week we play against A&M. A&M's will be a big test. Kellen Mond. He's one of the premier dual threat QBs in the country. Not a Heisman candidate, but I mean he's definitely one of the top, like I said, top dual threats in the country. You got to watch out for him. He was a top recruit coming out of high school for a reason. And Jimbo Fisher's he's had a few years under his belt. He's underperformed a little bit, but he might be building something right now. But like I said, I've got to research. I don't know too much about all these other teams, and I don't want to just sound super biased, but if I had to pick this game, if we can stop Kellen Mond, he had Henry To'oTo'o. If he watches him well. Eric Crouch. Is that his name? No, Quavaris Crouch. I don't know why I said Eric Crouch. But Quavaris Crouch, he can watch him if he's playing the other linebacker spot. If we can contain Kellen Mond, I really think, in the spread offense they have, I think we should be able to win this game. I don't know Texas A&M on defense that well. So if I had to predict now, I think we could upset them. I don't know if we'd call it an upset, but I think we'd beat them. But that's just an early prediction. Next week's the big challenge at Auburn. Auburn's they're gonna be good as always. I mean, they're not the premier team in the SEC West, obviously with LSU and Alabama. But Bo Nix, he's gonna have another offseason under his belt. Full season of experience as the starter as a true freshman. And that offense is hard to learn. And he's gonna have a whole offseason of learning that playbook. And he's pretty good. He's pretty good. He's gonna be a good one to watch. So this game, Auburn, I really think we can beat them. We surprised them a couple years back at Auburn. That was before they weren't as good as they were last year, but I think Auburn's probably going to pull this one out against us. So that would put us at 4-3, I think. Now let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That would put us at 5-3. 5-3. Vanderbilt. At Vanderbilt, Vanderbilt's not. I think they had one of their top players in defense just quit or opted out. Not quit, opted out. Vanderbilt, that should be a dub, even if that ain't Vanderbilt. I'm sorry that they're not gonna. I don't think they're gonna beat us. So 6-3. And Florida, who knows? Maybe this could come down to the SEC East. This could be the SEC East Division Championship. That's what I'm hoping, at least. Florida's going to be good this year. If I had to predict now, Florida's coming back. Kyle Trask, I think his name is. He's coming back, and he's surprised everyone. If I had to choose, if it's for the champion, like the SEC East to represent in the SEC championship, I'm going to pick my Vols 10 out of 10. Just, that's just the bias in me. But right now, I don't think it will be for the SEC championship. I'm kind of underestimating my Vols right now, but I think we'll probably lose this one. We'll end up going 6-4. I mean, we got pretty. It wasn't a bad schedule, but we did get the tough opponents, A&M and Auburn from the SEC West. Obviously everyone in the East you play, but we did get the tough two out of division opponents in A&M and Auburn. Like, come on now, that's pretty goofy. We're always going to Alabama. That's a rivalry that you can't touch. But we did get but so going 6-4 wouldn't be too bad. Now, obviously, we can do better. Can we upset Georgia? Yes, I think we can. Can we upset Auburn and Florida? Yeah, I think we can. The only game I really can't think of us winning is Alabama, honestly. But we kept it close with them last year, and we didn't think we would. So overall, I think we got us going 6-4. Just early predictions, not a lot of information on my mind. I don't even know some of the receivers are going to have to step up for Tennessee. That's a big question mark, the biggest one. Will the receivers step up for Tennessee? Who knows? But yeah, that's pretty much it, y'all. Thank y'all for watching. Just please comment, rate, subscribe. What do y'all think in the comments below? Even if you're not a Tennessee fan, I tried to keep this as unbiased as I could, but we'll see what happens closer to the season. I might change my predictions a little bit. So, y'all have a good one now. God bless. AFO is out.